Hello. Today we're going to review Free Prize Inside by Seth Godin. Let me just read a little bit of the inside cover here. Remember when cereal came with a free prize inside? Even if you already liked the cereal, it was the free prize inside, something small yet precious that makes it irresistible. So this is a very easy to read book. It's broken up into real nice chunks, and it's broken up into 3 sections, explaining why do you even need a free prize, and the next section explains how do you sell that idea to your organization that might seem a little strange to focus on the edges, and I'll get into that. And then finally, how do you actually create this free prize? So let's just take a quick skim through this book and build something no one else can build. And then it talks about some history where marketers realized in the past that if they advertise like crazy, they can turn ad dollars into cash, and then we get into a lot of the inventions and spending a lot of money on making a very big bet, and Seth argues, you can do a lot of soft innovation, and that'll really help your product go very far, and how big money's, here's a quote, big companies don't blink before spending $100 million on the marketing for a product launch. Small companies spend plenty on billboards and local advertising. But since that isn't working, they'd be better off spending half that amount on making something really special instead. And here's the really great picture here where they talk about the amount of investment to build some great gizmo. You might not break even. So he looks to take your current products or simple products that you can build or tweak and really enhance them and make them fantastic products. You can't afford difficult and risky technological innovation because the return you'll receive is unlikely to justify the investment. You can't afford to do huge media and PR buys because the return you'll receive is unlikely to justify the investment. So let me just see some other things in this free prize section. He talks about the purple cow. The purple cow is his other book, and a purple cow is a product or service that is remarkable. Remarkable simply means that the customer is willing to make a remark about it. And then he kind of closes it by saying, are you invisible or remarkable? And that's another great Seth Godin book. So let's talk about some other elements of why you need a free prize. No free prize lasts forever, which is why it's so essential that we get better at making new ones. And the harder you try to play it safe, the more likely you are to fail. Soft innovations, right? That's an excellent point. It really calls that out. Almost every company I've researched and spoken with is organized the same way. Researchers research, marketers market, managers manage, employees follow instructions, and nobody's in charge of the soft innovation. That's one of the big reasons you see the neatest innovations coming from startups. Talks about champions who drive and push inside the company. And now this section here is about selling the idea to your internal organization. So knowing how to sell your idea, make it happen, is a step you must take before you bother inventing it. If you can't figure out how to implement your idea, there's no point in inventing it. It talks about the idea people and really how to sell inside the company. Satisfied customers are unlikely to radically increase your sales. Satisfied customers are unlikely to push you and your colleagues to stay ahead of the competition. One day, in fact, the competition will pass you and the satisfied customers will quietly leave. Turning no's into yeses. What comes first, the cart or the horse? starting with the innovation and then figuring out how to sell it is the main reason innovations fail. We pick something too big or too small or launched a product the wrong way and boom, it's dead. And then he talks about, again, champions. Is it going to be successful? Is it worth doing? Is the person able to champion the project? This is good stuff. So this is really, and I really want to get to the last part of this book, which is really about creating the prize. All right, here we go. This is just a fantastic book, well written, to the point, excellent use of words, and really sparks a lot of great ideas. People don't like to say no. These are different tactics. The challenge is not coming up with a great idea, but holding on to it. Selling individuals and not the organization. Dare them to improve your idea instead of shooting it down. Build a prototype. Remember, prototypes don't have to be a fully working. It could be, a paper mock-up, right? So here's a whole bunch of different tactics to work within an organization. Take responsibility. Just really excellent ways to tweak your idea to help sell it and even make it better. So here's some questions at the end of selling your idea. Is a project worth doing? When I ask for help with the project I want to do, will people say, she's the one to champion this? Are we disciplined enough to do all the thrashing at the beginning of the project? If we had unlimited time, would this be easy? If so, how would we manage the time we do have? Could this be done cheaper or quicker? So then, his last section is really about creating the free prize. It focuses here on ideas that are in secret just die, and you really need to spread it. And this is the main section of creating the free prize, Edgecraft, which is really about finding soft innovations around the edges. So let me read a couple of things here. Edgecraft is a methodical, measurable process that allows individuals and teams to inexorably identify the soft innovations that live on the edges of what already exists. Find an edge, a free prize that has been shown to make a product or service remarkable. Go all the way to that edge, far from the center, as the customers you are trying to reach dare you to go. So, he talks about how we're inside companies we're forced to try to find a big market share, and you end up making an average product for almost everybody, and the edges really help with that. By now, your product is right near the center, far from the edges. But over time, your management, your retailers, your customers have all conspired to smooth edges. So basically, pushing you to the middle. Most companies focus on creating average products for average people. So what you need to do is add a second benefit, a new edge, something your product or service does that is truly remarkable. Okay, and then this section talks about, and here's a summary, but then the rest of the pages go into the details. Make an invisible service visible. Create a sensation. Make a visible product invisible, like braces on the teeth. Use a lot of users' time. So all of these are issues that can spark a way to tweak a product. For overlooked markets that highlight a free prize, leaving something out, prizes or edges that change the structure of the market, like a different way to sell by subscription or to unbundle it, obsess on one element, add color or get rid of color, or change the tone, such as make it a parody. So this is really fantastic ideas that when you're thinking about your products and services and you go over these types of brain expanding techniques, just fantastic. So overall, This is a fantastic book that if you have something in mind and you're flipping through this book, reading it, and getting out all the gems, it'll really help you position it, create it, sell it differently. It's a fantastic book, like most Seth Godin books. I highly recommend it.